The Los Angeles Chargers are shining this season, and today we're going to share 3 super cool updates about the team. First, the Chargers are being seen as the team to watch because of a 26-year-old player who stood out with the Dallas Cowboys. Next, we'll talk about who the Chargers will choose to replace Khalil Mack in the upcoming mock draft, a decision that could significantly change the team's defense. And lastly, we'll introduce 3 Chargers players who likely won't stay with the team next season. Stay with us to find out how these updates could influence the future of the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers are making headlines this season, and one of the main reasons is the potential arrival of a new talent who could transform the team. Rico Dowdle, a 26-year-old running back from the Dallas Cowboys, had an extraordinary 2024 season, accumulating an impressive 1,079 rushing yards in 16 games, a significant jump from his previous 361 yards. Dowdle made the most of the opportunities he had and is now ready to take the next step in his career. With his consistent performance and proven skills, he has become one of the top prospects in the free agency market. According to recent analyses, the Chargers are among the top contenders to sign Dowdle in the upcoming offseason. According to Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, the Chargers have the ideal profile to incorporate Dowdle into their roster. The team faces challenges with backfield depth, and adding Dowdle could significantly strengthen the running game. Additionally, with Dobbins potentially being retained, Dowdle's presence would ensure valuable depth and versatility in the running game. Financials also favor this acquisition, as the Chargers have projected salary cap space that can accommodate Dowdle's talent. Meanwhile, the future of J.K. Dobbins, the Chargers' current starting running back, is uncertain, as he will also become a free agent this offseason. The decision to keep Dobbins or bring in Dowdle will depend on several factors, including performance, team needs, and financial considerations. Combining Dobbins and Dowdle could create a powerful and dynamic backfield capable of rivaling the best defenses in the league. However, it's still early to confirm where Dowdle will end up, but the Chargers are certainly on the radar as one of the teams to watch for this key signing. The Los Angeles Chargers are preparing for a major move this offseason, especially on the defensive side. With Khalil Mack becoming a free agent, the team is looking for a worthy replacement to maintain the effectiveness of their defensive line. In a recent mock draft, Pro Football Focus analyzed potential picks and pointed to Mike Green from Marshall as the top option for the Chargers. Green, a 6'4", 250-pound edge rusher, has stood out in college competitions, demonstrating impressive skills in both pass rushing and run defense. Max Chadwick, a specialist at Pro Football Focus, highlighted that Mike Green would be an excellent addition to the Chargers, injecting youth and energy into the defensive line. Green is the only edge defender in the past 2 years of college football who has earned above 90.0 PFF grades in both pass rushing and run defense categories, making him an ideal candidate to replace Mack. Additionally, Green's speed and agility, combined with his productive history, make him a valuable piece for the team's future. Mike Green's history at Marshall is notable, where he led the league with 17 sacks, breaking the Sun Belt Conference record. His ability to pressure the quarterback and defend against the run places him on the same level as great defenders like Mack. By adding Green, the Chargers not only strengthen their defense, but also demonstrate a commitment to building a competitive team for the long term. This mock draft choice could be a crucial step in ensuring that the Chargers' defense remains strong and resilient in the coming seasons. The Los Angeles Chargers are entering the offseason with more financial resources than last year, giving them greater flexibility to strengthen the roster. However, even with this increase in resources, the team still needs to make strategic cuts to create salary cap space where necessary. With over $63 million in projected cap space, the Chargers are well positioned to build on the foundation established by Jim Harbaugh in 2024. Part of this process involves identifying and releasing players whose performance or cost no longer aligns with the team's future vision. One of the most likely players to be released is Joey Bosa, considered the top-cut candidate on the Chargers roster. After a season in which Bosa had average performances as an edge rusher, he still commands a high salary of over $36 million for the next season. Despite having some bright moments, Bosa's performance fell below expectations, and combined with injury concerns, it becomes difficult to justify his place on the team. Cutting Bosa would allow the Chargers to save $36 million in salary cap space, a move that makes sense especially if Khalil Mack decides to stay with the team. Another player who likely won't continue with the Chargers is Trey Pipkins, who had a tough stint with the team. Pipkins was converted to the right guard position, but failed to establish himself as a quality starter. With a $9.25 million contract, keeping Pipkins as a mediocre backup is not financially viable for the team. By releasing him, the Chargers can free up $6.75 million in salary cap space, allowing them to invest in a more effective offensive lineman who brings more value to the team. This change not only improves financial efficiency, but also strengthens the offensive line with higher-performing players. The third player on the radar for cuts is Ja'Sir Taylor, who isn't being released for financial reasons, but rather for performance. Taylor, a sixth-round draft pick by Brandon Staley, failed to stand out in the NFL despite the support of a defense led by Jesse Minter. Although his presence helped other players excel, Taylor couldn't meet expectations, and only $1.1 million would be saved if he is cut. The decision to release Taylor reflects the Chargers' intention to leave behind low-performing players and focus on building a stronger and more competitive roster for the future. These cuts are part of a larger strategy by the Chargers to align the roster with Jim Harbaugh's long-term vision. By releasing players who are not contributing as expected or who have expensive contracts, the team can allocate resources to areas that truly need reinforcement. Additionally, these moves make room for new talents to join the team, bringing energy and skills that could be crucial for the Chargers' success in the upcoming seasons. Keeping an eye on these changes is essential to understand how the Chargers are preparing to become a dominant force in the league. Did you enjoy the updates on the Los Angeles Chargers? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all the latest news and exclusive team analyses. See you next time.